everybody, and welcome to Robert Sarazin Blake from the Kitchen Table. I am Robert Sarazin Blake, and this, of course, is the Kitchen Table, and we are coming to you live, as always, from the most northwest corner of the most northwest city, the most northwest state in the lower 48. That's Bellingham, Washington, bringing you 2 hours of music, songs, and stories. My associate, David Pender-Lofgren, on my right, and we have a special guest. As we do every week, we have a special guest. Ledford is joining us from his kitchen table, also here in the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, the most northwest state in the lower 48. We've had a charming fake spring day here in February, a day that makes you think spring is going to come soon. It's not, but we can enjoy these moments as they come. Everybody was out. Some people were even wearing short pants today. I saw it. I wasn't so bold, but I did enjoy the sun. If you're new to the show, welcome. And if you are not new to the show, you know what I'm going to do, and that's going to light some candles. Last I heard, over 450,000 deaths in the United States. So we always light a candle at the start of the show for all those we've lost in this pandemic, in this strange time of COVID. That we would not be doing the show right now if it weren't for this strange time, and here we are. Also light a candle for everybody who is suffering because they've lost someone, suffering because they're in an economic situation where they're stressed, they're running out of money. People are running out of money, people are losing their place to live, people are suffering because they've lost people they love. We're lighting a candle for all those who are suffering. And we also have a third candle here. Ooh, that's a nice bit of warmth right there. A third candle here we're going to light for gratitude and for hope, because although so much is wrong, we're grateful for the things that we are happy about, and we have hope for better times to come. So we're going to light a candle for a little hope and gratitude. And this is the Kitchen Table. We started this show last March, and we're going to keep it going. We're looking forward to this great season. We have this great month. Let's see, next week we have The Best Intentions. Then after that we have Jay Wagner all the way from Austin, Texas. Actually, we get into a Texas frame of mind because the week after that we have Sarah Lee Guthrie. That's right, Woody's granddaughter will be joining us. And when you come over to my house and you come and sit at my kitchen table, I'm going to say to you, would you like to drink? I'm going to have something myself, so I'll pour one for you while I'm pouring one for me. Kick back, relax. We're going to play some music for you here on this Sunday, the first Sunday in February. Ledford will be joining us in a little while. Well, we've been rolling the video of this single that I released a few weeks ago, but I'm in the mood to play it right now to kick off the show. Lady in the bay holds the promise of breathing free. We feel the glow of the torch when our eyes can hardly see. I wasn't born to be the master. You weren't born to be the mule. When the law is holding us back, we get together and change the rules. Our grandchildren's grandchildren will inherit the earth and sun. We use our 20/20 vision to leave it cool for everyone. We're all on the same ship, ice melting, water rising, with all hands on deck cutting carbon. I see a new sun rising, 'cause we're born to win, we're born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, 40 years to trickle out. Not gonna let them trickle us anymore. Mother can't afford medication. Sister killed in Iraq. Billionaires fly to the Bahamas in a limousine jet. Still we persist and still we persist. Still we persist and still we persist. You can only sleep in one bed, only sit in one chair. I've seen too many people living on the streets. We're gonna have to help the billionaires share. 'Cause I'm born to win, I'm born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. Born to win, freedom is access to health care. Freedom is no student debt. Freedom is breakfast and dinner. Freedom is a good night's rest. Freedom is being any color, walking every street without fear of violence, working on your dreams. Freedom is clean air. Freedom is drinking clean water. We can do anything if we keep our heads together. 'Cause we're born to win, born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. Born to win, born to win. Not me, us. It's not all about not me, us. No one can do it alone. Not me, us. It takes millions of people. Not me, us. To fight for justice. Not me, us. No one can do it alone. Not me, us. It takes millions of people. Not me, us. To fight for justice. Not me, us. 'Cause we're born to win, born to win. Empire State to the Volunteer State, Old Line State to the Equality State, Keystone State to the Treasure State, Show Me State to the Golden State, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. Born to win, born to win. Yeah! All right, hello Sunday. And we do have the great Ledford coming on to be our guest on the show. So, sort of in enthusiasm of having Lewis be our guest, I'm going to play a couple of Lewis Ledford songs here. And then I got some other surprise. My hand's cold, that's why I'm putting it on my neck. Don't worry, it will warm up. It always does. We're hanging in here in this open air setting here in the Pacific Northwest, the most northwest corner, most northwest city, most northwest state in the lower 48, where it turns out you can do a television show in an outdoor studio 12 months out of the year. But I will say we are looking forward to going into the warmer months, and we're going to be adding a dispersed audience in these warmer months, so we're looking forward to that, and we'll talk more about that later. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's the first Sunday in Feb. All right. I do want to dedicate this show we're doing today to all the essential workers who have taken such a risk every day in their jobs to make sure the rest of us get food and get all the services we need. I'm thinking a lot about the grocery workers right now. There's that strike in New York, so congratulations to the Hunts Point Market strike and their success, and congratulations to the City Council in Seattle for passing the pay increase for the grocery workers in Seattle. I'm going to do two Lewis Ledford songs for you. Lewis will be coming on later in the show to do them right, but we'll do it my way right now. Met Lewis a long time ago, pre-Katrina. What year was Katrina? I met Lewis the year before Katrina. Maybe 2 years before Katrina. Been an admirer and learner of his songs ever since. Leave the porch light on. Put the key in an obvious place. Sleep the dreamless sleep, erase the worry and the woe. Tomorrow will be home where the sun rises over the hills and dances on rippling water that chills life back into the bone. Wandering out done, debt once paid shall the light resume. Over the sash sweep the dust from the dustiest broom. Rain flowers to bury the guns. Weeping willow and sycamore. Jasmine and the mountain lord. An old photograph on the kitchen floor. Shotgun and a uniform. A Lewis Ledford song called Porch Light from his record Adios King. Sending this one out to anybody who lost their job here in the times of COVID. Another Lewis Ledford song. Don't know what record this one's on. Lewis knows. Maybe someone else knows it. Tell us in the comments. Cup of strong black coffee. Wipe away the sleep. Looking out the kitchen window. The light that creeps over the rooftop. So the sunshine. Never felt so lonesome, never felt so fine. Got the car all packed up, full of gas. The money in my pocket should be enough to last. At least until we get there, we'll have to see. Felt so lonesome, felt free. Cup of strong black coffee, wipe away the sleep. Looking out the kitchen window, the light that creeps over the rooftop. So the sunshine. Never felt so lonesome, never felt so fine. 11 years I woke up blind. Every How could this happen? How could I say thank you very much? Now go away. Cup of strong black coffee, wipe away the sleep. Looking out the kitchen window, the light that creeps over the rooftop, see the sun shine. Never been so lonesome, never felt so fine. Made my way back through each empty room, fought off every memory I bumped into. Don't cry, sugar, it'll be alright. Just grab the baby, turn out the lights, cup of strong black coffee, wipe away the sleep. Looking out the kitchen window, the light that creeps over the rooftop, see the sun shine. Never felt so lonesome, never felt so fine. Two Lewis Ledford songs there for you. And dropped the kick. And it happens, seems like it happens quicker and quicker each week that we get going, and then all of a sudden it's time for the third song check-in. We're 3 songs in already. And that means we get to have a look at the comments. David's going to take a look at the comments while I remind you and ask of you, if you can, click share on your screen. There's a way to do that with your mouse and the keypad, and you click share, and then all of a sudden this concert is not just something you're watching, but something you're sharing with your people. And there's somebody out there right now who does not want to be watching the football game, but it's not sure what they're doing exactly, so they're scrolling through Facebook, and if you push share, you're on your page, one of your friends out there might just see this concert flashing by, and it'll give them an alternative to watching the sports game. So please click share. And is there anything else we need to talk? Oh, of course, the digital tip jar. Please, of course, throw some money in the jar. We'll be spreading that money around with Lewis and David and myself, and we really do count on and look forward to your contributions. And to all of those of you who contribute so often, we say thank you. And to those of you who don't, we say maybe now. David, any news out there in comment land?
There is a lot of talk about a superb owl.
Okay. I'm not sure what that is, but you know what? I don't have to
Just keep saying, Happy Superb Owl Sunday. Henry St. Clair Workman is declaring the 2021 anthem to be Born to Win.
All right.
And Salamander Cinco, all the way from Mullingar, Ireland, would like to hear Work. Please.
Aha, okay, yes, it's okay.
She says, I crave work. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay,
that's
all right. Well, I've got a few things prepared, and I think we'll be able to fulfill that request there from our friend all the way over there in Mullingar, which is a town about an hour to the northwest of Dublin City. And David and I were there not so long ago, and it seems like forever in the future when we'll be able to do such things as house concerts again, but we sure look forward to doing that. Getting back to Mullingar. There's been a few losses in the folk singing community, and one that I haven't made a chance to talk about, and one that is really fresh. Just this week, my friend Anne Feeney died earlier this week. I believe it was Wednesday. Democracy Now! Amy Goodman, they played a bit of Ann Feeney's music on the show on Monday. That's how I knew she was sick. I sent her a text and didn't hear back. I guess she was on her last legs there for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Her daughter and son were in the hospital with her, and they played non-stop music for her from her friends around the country, sent videos that she listened to. And although she was on her way out, she could still squeeze her hand, and she was giving some reactions to the songs as they came by. If it hadn't have been for meeting Ann Feeney when I did, I don't know if I ever would have gone to the Kerrville Folk Festival, which had such a profound effect on my life. If it wasn't for Kerrville, I'm not sure Louis Ledford and I would be the friends that we are today. I would not have met Anais Mitchell or Rachel Reese or Jay Wagner or so many, John Elliott, so many friends that I made through the Kerrville Folk Festival, which I only went to because of Ann. So I will always be grateful to her. Here's an Ann Feeney song. Was it Cesar Chavez? Was it Dorothy Day? Maybe Martin Luther King or Gandhi set you on your way. No matter who your mentors are, it's pretty plain to see. If you've been to jail for justice, then you're in good company. Have you been to jail for justice? I want to shake your hand. Sitting in and lying down are ways to take a stand. Have you sung a song for freedom? My heart's that picket line. Have you been to jail for justice? You're a friend of mine. You law-abiding citizens, come listen to this song. Laws are made by people. People can be wrong. Once unions were against the law, but slavery was fine. Women were denied the vote and children worked to mine. The more you study history, the less you can deny it. A rotten law stays on the books, still folks like us defy it. Have you been to jail for justice? I want to shake your hand. Sitting in and lying down, ways to take a stand. You sung a song for freedom, march that picket line. Have you been to jail for justice? Friend of mine. Oh, laws are made by people. All the laws are made to serve us, and so are the police. When the system fails, it's up to us to speak our piece. It takes eternal vigilance for justice to prevail. So take courage from your convictions. Let them haul you off to jail. Have you been to jail for justice? I want to shake your hand. Sitting in and lying down, ways to make a stand. Sung a song for freedom or march that picket line. Have you been to jail for justice? You're a friend of mine. Have you been to jail for justice? You're a friend of mine. Rest in peace, Ann Feeney. The world's a better place for having you in it. Your songs will live on for a very long time. Closer to the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, most northwest state in the lower 48. About 3 weeks ago, I think it is, we lost a good buddy of all of ours here in town, and a great musician by the name of Mike Marker. Mike was a great banjo player and guitar player, and it was very dedicated to folk music. He sang all kinds of different songs he learned, songs he wrote. He was always working on songs. Both Ann and Mike made it to 69 years old. They had a lot more songs to give in them, but they're gone now. We're going to have to carry on. Mike wrote a lot of songs, but he didn't make a lot of records, so I'm hoping there's talk that his son Nakos will be putting some recordings out. I was always telling Mike to make a record of his new songs. I wanted to hear them. But whenever I did hear Mike perform, and I heard him play at least a couple times a year at the Boundary Bay Beer Garden and other spots, I always request this one from him because I thought he did just such a beautiful job with this tune. A song about Irish workers going over to England and being mistreated, dying on the job and having no one watching out for their rights. Song written by Dominic Bean, who also wrote The Patriot Game, of course, the brother of Brendan Bean. Send this one out to Mike Marker. I wouldn't be singing this song if it wasn't for Mike singing it and me hearing it from him. I won a hero's name from McAlpine and Costain, with Fitzpatrick, Murphy, and Woody's Gain. I've been off and on the road, on my way to draw the dole, but there's nothing left to do for Johnny Lane. I used to think that God made pick, shovel, and hod, so that Paddy might know hell above the ground. That ganger's big and tough, tell me to tear it out rough. You're building up and tearing England down. In a tunnel underground, a young Limerick man was found. He was built into the new Victoria line. When the bonus gang had passed, sticking through the concrete cast was the face of little Charlie Joe Devine. And the ganger man McGurk said Big Paddy hates to work, when a gas main blew and flew him off the ground. They swore he said, don't slack, I'll be there until I'm back. Keep on building up and tearing England down. I was on the hydro dam on the day that Jack McCann got the better of the stammer in a week. He fell from the stuttering jam, and the poor old stuttering man, he was never ever more inclined to speak. And I saw old Lime Nicole from the big flyover fall into a concrete mixer spinning around. Though it wasn't his intent, he got a fine head of cement, building up and tearing England down. Jack with his heart upon his back, how he swore one day he'd set the world on fire. But his face they've never seen since his shovel cut it clean through the middle of a big high tension wire. So no more like Robin Hood will he roam through Cricklewood, or dance around the pubs in Camden Town. But let no man complain, for no Pat dies in vain. He's building up and tearing England down. Let's try it again. So come all you navvies bold, do not think that English gold is just waiting to be taken from the sod. Or the likes of you and me will ever get an OBE or a knighthood for good service to the heart. They've a concrete master race to keep you in your place, and a ganger man to kick you to the ground. to take part of what the bosses make, building up and tearing England down. Building up and tearing England down. Rest in peace, Mike Marker. Thank you for all your music. And without Mike Marker or Ann Feeney around in my life, I don't have the chance to ask them questions like I would when I come across someone like Roy Bailey. I just stumbled across Roy Bailey sometime in the last 2 years, English folk singer, who's just marvelous. And I thought, I want to know more about him. And it used to be that I could say, hey, Mike, tell me what you know about Roy Bailey. And he would have a story, not only about listening to the records or something like this, but he would probably know him, have a story about meeting him, and I'd get a little more context. Same with Ann. They had stories that I got to hear, and I'll miss having those connections and getting to learn more about all this music that I love to listen to and love to learn. So we're going to do this song. It's actually a Cy Khan song, but I heard it through the singing of Roy Bailey. And once again, we want to send this show out, to dedicate the show to all the essential workers out there and say congratulations to the grocery workers at Hunts Point in New York, and congratulations to the City Council for passing the hazard pay for grocery workers in Seattle. These people are showing up to work every day in the midst of a pandemic where a handshake can kill. Did my part in World War II, wounded for the nation. Now my lungs are all shut down, there ain't no compensation. I'm gonna go to work on Monday one more time. Gonna go to work on Monday one more time, one more time. Gonna go to work on Monday one more time. Doctor says I smoke too much, says I'm not trying. He says he don't know what I got, but we both know he's lying. Gonna go to work on Monday one more time. Gonna go to work on Monday one more time, one more time. Gonna go to work on Monday one more time. The last time I went near my job, I thought my lungs were broken. Chest bound down with iron bounds, couldn't breathe, choking. I'm gonna go to work on Monday one more time. Gonna go to work on Monday one more time, one more time. Gonna go to work on Monday one more time. Politicians in this state, they're nothing short of rotten. They buy us off with fancy words and sell us off to cotton. I'm gonna go to work on Monday one more time. Gonna go to work on Monday one more time, one more time. Gonna go to work on Monday one more time. The doctor says both my lungs are gone, says there's no way to shake it. But I can't live without my job, somehow I gotta make it. I'm gonna go to work on Monday one more time. Gonna go to work on Monday one more time, one more time. Go to work on Monday one more time. Tell me I can't work at all, there ain't no point in trying. But living like some used up thing just ain't my short diet. I'm gonna go to work on Monday one more time. Gonna go to work on Monday one more time, one more time. Gonna go to work on Monday one more time. Sitting on my front porch swing, it's like someone forgotten. Head all filled with angry thoughts, lungs all filled with cotton. I'm gonna go to work on Monday one more time. Gonna go to work on Monday one more time, one more time. Gonna go to work on Monday one more time. Gonna go send this one out all the way over there to Mullingar. And of course, if anybody out there is watching and they're out of work or otherwise don't have the bread, don't send us any bread. You cannot give away what you do not have. And we're so glad that you're tuning in, hanging with us on these Sunday nights. Oh, work. Let's get to work. Who's working? She's overworked. Good work if you did it. Oh, working. Hey, are you looking to get back to work? I hate work. Work. Hey, these guys can work.
Working.
The workers unite. We'll work through. Working tomorrow. Working the weekend. Going to work. He's at work. He's still working. The work, the work, the work, the working week. Driving to work, driving home from work. You gotta work. Work works. You call that work? You call that work? You call that work? You call that work? Call that work? Beats work. Marriage is work. Work is commitment. World-weary working wife wants, willing, worship weekly. And that's hard work. Hardly working. Passenger rail. No longer working. You're working too slow. You have got to learn how to work. Learning to work. Learning to work. Learning to, I don't want to go. 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 I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go. I don't want. I don't want to grade for the work. Working vacation. Vacation workers, seasonal. Ah! Hey, you work out? Did the job work out? Is the work working out? There's been a little work, but not enough work for too much work. I got all the work I need. I need to work. The world needs love. Love is all you need. Let's get working. Working on a building. Working overseas. Seriously overworked. Hard work. Hard worker. hard wood, hardwood. How much wood could a woodpecker work if a woodpecker could peck work? Can you work tomorrow? Can you work for me? Meet me after work. I'm working until 3. Do animals work? Is this mic working? 1, 2. Does God work? God is working for you. Overtime, baby. Gonna take the work. Would you like to learn to workers work out within Wisconsin? He's a rulers at work. It's his line of work. What's your line? Not working. It's not working. It's not working. Not working. Not working. 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 It's not working. 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 It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. And with that, I'm ready to pass it over to my good buddy Louis Ledford if he's ready. I'm not sure if he's ready to go, but I should have told him before that I was ready to go. Looks like he's ready to go. I'm going to get the earpiece in here. We can hear you.
Well,
How you
lovely.
doing? Welcome to the kitchen table, everybody. Louis Ledford all the way from Cornwall
Heights,
Heights.
Squalicum Meadows. Yeah. Well, hi boys, you're sounding good over there.
We're feeling good.
Looking good. I love the background you got there. We got a contrast going, with what I have and what you have going. I think you need a show. You look like you got a show going on over there.
There's a party going on right here, so bring your good friends and some good cheer.
Something
Celebrate
like
good
that.
times.
Yes, we do
Bring your
need to
good friends and a
celebrate.
case of beer.
We do need to celebrate. It's been an amazing 10 or 11 months, hasn't it?
It's been a lack of fun. I mean, I just maybe I could come to your house with a case of beer. You live a mile away from me, but I can't.
Well, you could come over. I wouldn't let you in though.
I guess you were about to say I could bring you a case of beer.
And I'm not sure I always let you in before. But yeah, this is a weird year, man, because it's like, so much trauma. I mean, it seems crazy to even talk about it in a lot of ways, because how do you find the words? Well, I was listening to your lovely tribute to Ann and Mike. And speaking of Mike, David, can you hear me okay? Okay, I don't know. Yeah, all right. You're a little picture. I'm a big picture.
Well, if you insist.
But what I was saying before I so rudely interrupted myself was your lovely tribute to Ann and Mike made me think that this is going to be a year of memorials, and tributes, because it's staggering, isn't it, huh?
We had some good times with both of them.
Say it again.
We had good times with both of them.
Oh God, yes. I was, Mike was always a conversation. Even if you bumped into him at the Hagen on his little tiny bicycle, we were going to talk about something. And And then Anne, I mean, my memory of Anne is how sweet she was to me. Remember that time you and I stopped into her place in Pittsburgh, and it was that tour where I was in so much trouble because it was when my seizures started. You know, I found out years later what was causing it, but I was really suffering on that trip. And I just remember slipping out of her living room where everybody was congregated and going out to the front porch for some air. And she followed me out and was like, I mean, her radar went up and she goes, there's something wrong with this person. Let's go talk to him and make sure he's okay. She was so kind to me. And I will always remember that.
Nice.
You know, I'll never, I do regret ever asking her to borrow her capo though. That's when I first met her. I was pretty sure she hated my guts, but she warmed like most people. She warmed up to me in time. You know? So, anyways.
Well, Anne being senior to me, she'd come to my gigs in Pittsburgh and she'd say, well, I'm not coming to the after party, Blake, but come by tomorrow morning and we'll have some breakfast and we'll swap a few songs. And Anne introduced to me the idea of swapping songs at breakfast, which at the time was revolutionary. She did.
Sorry. David told me not to talk over you because we were going to have technical issues, but we've been having technical issues for years, so we can work through it. But I just remember she took us out for a delightful breakfast with her European husband. Remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that was the same trip, but it might have been. Must have been. I guess it would have been. I don't know.
It blurs.
Seems to me, actually, I don't think that breakfast was in Pittsburgh. So, I mean, we can talk about this later. I'm just trying to, the kindnesses weren't concurrent. You know, I mean, they happened individually in different towns. So, anyway, God bless and Godspeed to Anne and Mike Marker and everyone else that we've lost. You know, our friends and relatives and friends of friends. It's just, it's really sad. This is going to be a historical sadness. Those of us that live long enough are going to look back on, you know.
Indeed.
But hey, Donald Trump isn't president anymore.
And we won the Senate. I mean,
at least the right-thinking people, or wrong-thinking, left-thinking people.
Yeah, just according to the facts, he's not president.
You know, I was thinking about this just this afternoon. I mean, what if they would, like McConnell and all those other jerks, would just be honest and say, we used him, we knew he was crazy, you know, we took advantage of the situation, and we get it. He was nuts, but let's move on from here. If they would just, I mean, we're hearing plenty of the let's move on from here jazz.
Yeah, right.
But if they would just admit it, you know.
Right. It would be very.
I mean, I don't know if it would change my mind, but it would at least flush a few, ideas or whatever. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna plod along in the world of crazy politics, I'm afraid. But what else is new?
Well, give us a song.
No, I just want to talk. Okay. I actually, speaking of tribute songs, I'm going to do a song that I wrote months ago and only did on one broadcast until my friend Deborah down in Portland reached out to me because she said she wanted to learn it and did I have the lyrics, and it occurred to me that I'd never written the lyrics down, or if I did, I put them someplace strange. So you can say what you like about Facebook, but once you do something on Facebook, it stays there. And for a disorganized human being, all I got to do is go back to the video and watch and know what I'm doing. So this is a song called John Lewis. And let's see. Stand up, the great man has passed. John Lewis has passed on. stand up, he has gone to his rest. John Lewis has moved on. He stood for justice in an unjust land. Was beaten unconscious by the Ku Klux Klan. He took their licks so they'd understand the cost of holding back freedom. Selma, Alabama, 1965. The police were mean and the country divided, but they crossed that bridge knowing on the other side were waiting tear gas, nightsticks, and violence. Stand up, a great man has gone. John Lewis has moved on. Stand up, raise your voices in song. John Lewis has gone home. Let us not forget that he opened the door, taught us good trouble has its rewards. World without poverty, racism, and war. All right. I guess you guys are muted, so I'll keep going. Hey, Robert did one of my songs earlier. Two of my songs. And one of them was on my set list tonight, so I won't be doing that one. But I'm going to do one of Robert's songs. When Robert and I were in the Tin Pan Caravan with Aeneas Mitchell and Rachel Reese, the four of us, we would go around and play songs together. That band was born on the Threadgill stage at the Kerrville Folk Festival, if I remember correctly. And we would try to do one of each other's songs in these little gatherings we did. So this is one I learned. Can I come visit you this summer? Up on that farm in New Hampshire. I won't stay too long, I'll stay out of your way. Whoop. Just want to see a smile on a green summer's day. And is there a river we can go swimming? Take off our clothes, have a new beginning, watch the dirt fall from our fingers and our toes. Lay out on a flat river stone where the sun's beams through the flowering trees. I'll kiss you so sweetly. Can I go back to your arms again, where my heart has always been? Can I crawl into the cracks of your smile, run my hand down your back a while, where the eyes are the ones I know, where I lay so long ago, where the arms are the ones I've seen, mountains white, mountains green, where the sun's beams flowering trees, I kiss you so sweetly. Yes, my love, you can come up and see me. Although I know you're gonna leave me, our hearts can only bend so long. There's a reason that you've been gone, to the rivers, the mountains, and the hills. A late night party, the daffodils, the inside passage, the Mackinac, where we became part of all that you saw, where the sun's beams through the flowering trees. I miss you so sweetly. A few clunkers there, but I got mostly through it. Farm in New Hampshire. Our friend up in, I've watched these before, and I noticed our friend up in Ontario, Bellingham, he likes that one. So that one's for you, Bellingham. Okay.
Great work, Lewis.
Did you like it?
COVID's been good for your piano playing.
Sorry?
COVID's been good for your piano playing. Sounds
Yeah.
great.
You know, I've been practicing.
Yeah, sounds good.
I've been working on this little jewel as well.
Okay.
You know, since the lockdown, all of our worlds have become much smaller. So does my instrument. So the reason I'm playing this tonight is our friend Janelle, another Canadian friend of ours, asked me to give her the chords to one of my songs for the ukulele, and I'm like, I think I'll play the ukulele. So Janelle, if you're watching this, here's the song. Of course, I sent her the chords. A big fat moon over the horizon. How do you do? What have I done? Tell me, moon, all about your women. Have you ever had just one? Who made you sad and lonely, like she's the only one in the world who makes you sorry for the things you do. Oh, big fat, where does it go from there? Big fat moon, before the night is through, I'm liable to go crazy. I sing this song about my baby, so dark and lovely, lips like blood and skin like bone. Does she love me? Does she dream of me? At night does she look up at you, and is she all alone? How does she tell her how much I need her? How does she tell her? When I'm afraid that I will lose her. Between me and you, I'm just a fool. Big fat moon, I know I never should have doubted her. At night I sit here sadly pining for the one I love so madly, moon. I can't recall a time I've been this blue. Moon, look down and see for me if she's alright, then let her be tonight. I'll sit alone and look at you. Sit alone and look at you. Oh, big fat moon over the horizon, how do you do? What have I done? Tell me, moon, all about your women. Have you ever had just one who made you sad and lonely, like she's the only one in the world who makes you sorry for the things you do? Oh, big fat moon, before the night is through, I'm liable to go crazy. Before the night is through, I think I'm liable to go crazy. So that one is for Janelle. Hopefully you can go back and watch it and learn my nifty chord patterns and structures and stuff. I really have been enjoying playing the ukulele for about this past week, you know. Julia and I are learning together. Red is the color of my true love's hair in the morning when we rise. In the morning when we rise, that's the time I love the best. Green is the color of the mossy yard in the morning when we rise. In the morning when we rise, that's the time I love the best. Mellow is the feeling that I get when I see her. Oh, when I see her. Oh yeah, that's the time I love the best. Freedom is a word I rarely use without thinking. Oh, without thinking. Oh yeah, that's the time I love the best. Red is the color of my true love's hair in the morning when we rise. In the morning when we rise, that's the time I love the best. Yeah. Sorry, boys, but I didn't pay attention to when I started playing, so I'm sure you'll cut in and tell me to Be quiet when it's time to be quiet.
It looks like you're in the zone, so keep it rolling.
The zone. I fell in love at the end of the world. Yeah, buddy, believe me, it's true. Liking forms on telephone wire, and the sky is the color of you. I wasn't blind, I was right in my mind, and I knew it right from the start. I fell in love at the end of the world as my own world was coming apart. I fell in love at the end of the world, below the astral plane, where ancestors' voices can be heard day and night, all one and the same. I shed the skin I came here in, and now wear a different pose. I fell in love at the end of the world. You couldn't stop me, I was ready to go. I fell in love at the end of the world, where seabirds dance with crows, and dark forest floors nourish the earth, and the weather gets under your clothes. Her eyes like fireflies blink an irresistible glow. I fell in love at the end of the world. Ask me why, and I'll cry. Heaven knows. What do you think, fellas? Okay. Well, I'll just sit over here and do mine. No, I'm kidding. Oh, sweet. So I'll just mute myself then and look for the high sign. It would have been nice if I had been informed about this. I do. Are you sure you do that part though? Because I think I might take a break in the middle. I don't know.
I don't know, but this is a part of our little show. All right, so we're getting ready for that. Also, a part of our show is that the third song check-in, I decided I'm going to ask a trivia question. It used to be that the trivia question had something to do with the person who called in later, but I found that too confusing. So, but just for fun, to have a little activity in comment land, at the third song check-in, I'm supposed to ask a question. So let's just rewind. Oh, third song check-in, flashback. The question is, who is the last person to go on trial after being impeached, after no longer being in office? Yes, it has happened before. That's right. Who is the other person, who is the most recent person to be impeached after no longer being in office? All right, that's the trivia question for Comment Land. But Lewis's number there, The End of the World, got me thinking of this tune. And thinking that Oyster Dome gets mentioned in this song. Living where we do, you can go to a place where you can look at the water, and you can imagine you're looking at water that flows all the way over to Japan, and China, Taiwan, goes down to Australia and India. We're at the end of the continent here. I was dining on the Cape, Chapino, cordon bleu. Oh, the company was the finest, but I was lost in the blues view. In the Abbey in Seattle, I heard a singer's song. Oh, the twisted lines, space between the rhymes, brought me back to the blues view. Coastal mountains, Oyster Dome, the tall ships off below. When the sky slipped around a golden hill, I was lost in the blues view. I thought I shook it, moved so fast, sure you were gone, until I turned around, saw you been there all along. Busted Belfast, brought it down, strangers once again on stage, and saw the blues view. On stage, and saw the blues view. Let's try one. back over to Lewis there.
That was sweet.
Thank you. Haven't played that one in a while. I think your minor chord brought it out of me.
Oh, the minor chord. I was thinking this morning when I woke up. Sometimes I have a lot of thoughts when I first open my eyes in the morning. And one of my thoughts was, I sure like songs in minor keys. I didn't really go any farther than that, but I definitely had that thought this morning when I woke up. I'm going to play something that's brand new.
Cool.
And it's one thing I have been working on, not that anybody asks or cares, but I've been writing a lot of words that aren't really connected to melodies or songs, and that I've been writing melodies that have no words. And I'm finding out a lot of things about myself doing that. And this is a sort of a mashup of two separate things that I've written recently. And it's very short, but here it goes. Yeah, that's right. I had to do that to see if I was in the right key. That's a piano trick. If I didn't amuse myself, I'm not sure who would. At the behest of their president, they marched, stormed the citadel of freedom for a selfie. I'll be with you, he sneered, and they cheered. We're not losers. We need to show our strengths. Show it for me and show it for you. And they cheered and he jeered. Five lives were lost. Furnishings got tossed as they stormed the citadel of freedom for a selfie. Where's our president? He said he'd come with, but he was back at the White House with his kin and his kith. But then he appeared on the TV screen as big as a myth. And he said, go home now. You are very special, and I love you.
Yes.
Like that one?
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute.
Let's record it, print it, tour it. Wow. Nicely done, my friend. Very
Glad you
nicely
like
done. Love it. Inspired me to do this one, which has a short shelf life. I think yours has a longer shelf life. I can't remember which capo position I use. David, how are we doing on time?
Currently 6:20 Pacific Standard
Okay,
Time.
good. I'll do one, you do one, and then we'll be stumping the band. Let's bring in our friends all the way from the... Nice clock. Everybody knew it was lying, even those who thought it was God. The couldn't explain the thinking, wouldn't look behind the facade. They just knew it made them feel better than they'd ever felt before. He was the guy they could not deny the chance to be restored. Not all of them were rich and greedy, though a lot of them were. Some of them were needy, needing someone to adore. Someone who told it like it is, using language rough and clear. They got a kick from this hotel prick, famous for saying you're fired. I believe in you, he said, the uninformed of my friends. I'll tell you what's true, he said, the start, the middle, and end. The newspapers will lie to you, they don't want you to be right. We're gonna make this country once again a great place to be white. Then the people they knew started dying from a disease they couldn't see. Your mind kept on lying, telling them not to believe. The snowflakes, the libtards, slack-bellied, soft-spined. But disease doesn't wave a flag and it leaves the dead behind. Hard to turn around when you're on a path, even harder to switch teams. It's culture, it's tradition, it's what you believe. But it's hard to defend the behavior, and the lying makes you tired. By a margin of millions, said, hey buddy, you're fired. Millions in November, said, hey buddy, you're fired. Undesired, meat that's expired, our country in shame admired. It will not be rehired, it means you gotta leave. You're fired.
Yes, he's gone. But the mess he left is still here.
As Terry Borneman says, the only thing Trump is good for is writing songs.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's interesting living in an important time. Perspective is really weird. So I truly don't know. But boy, I'm glad he's gone. I made a joke earlier to myself. Again, my greatest audience. That it's such a beautiful sunny day for February in Pacific Northwest. And let's see, how did the joke go? Oh, it was one of those executive orders that Biden undid. You know, the one that Trump signed, that the world will be gloomy for as long as possible. Anyways, I'll work on that one.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have anything witty to say. Just sort of a verbal high five, really.
Evangeline, what's the use in pulling on this string? It's a noose tightening round your heart, not a wedding ring. Evangeline, don't it beat all And to think that you've wasted time on a distant kind of trouble on trouble's mind. There was a vacant lot, a China berry tree, the night you gave yourself to me. But now you say that he's in love with you. Well, okay, but when he's through, who's going to be there when you go to pieces? Evangeline, take some advice from one who knows he's gonna lie to you and drag you through the weeds until you're black and blue. Don't let him do it to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's fun to hear that the uke brings out different chord voicings. And
Doesn't it though?
Brings a a new life in its own.
It occurs to me I'm a ukulele player that got bogged down on a guitar for too long. It seems like, I mean, all the chords are different, because the key is, it's weirdly tuned, but the songs just seem to just spill out. It's, I think I've been writing for the ukulele for years. Tiptoe through the tulips.
Sprightly voicings, I think the uke was popular before the guitar was popular, right? The 20s, 30s, they were selling ukes all over the place. And then
mostly I think, well, I mean, there was some very famous vaudevillian uke players, like the guy that did Jimmy the Cricket's voice in Pinocchio. He was a famous ukester. And then you got, in England, you had George Formby, and there was a bunch of people around that time.
Okay.
The story of the uke is interesting, though, because the Portuguese brought it to Hawaii originally. So
okay.
I don't know, how long the Portuguese were playing it, because I just got a book from my friend who wrote a uke how-to book, a guy named Samson Trin back in Virginia. And so I read the first page, and that's what it said. It was a picture of a guy with like epaulets and chains, so he was like a military man, and apparently, I don't know.
He entertained the troops in the evening with a few bars of kumbaya.
I saw the picture.
Gather around, lads.
didn't quite get to reading the story yet, but I saw the picture. But anyways, the Portuguese
will take the low part.
Yeah. Anyway,
I love Portuguese guitar playing. By the way, I had a record once from the library. It's at the Bellingham Public Library, and it's just a Portuguese music. I took it home and I listened to it. I taped it back in the era when you would get something from the library and tape it. I guess that was illegal. So we all are criminals in our own way, but the Portuguese guitar players are rippers, man. Brilliant stuff. Love it. I'm wondering.
Strings. I dig the nylon strings. It's nice to get away from the steel.
It is nice. Yeah, for us, it's refreshing when we hear nylon strings. Oh, a different path. I'm wondering, in comment land, has anybody responded to my trivia question?
Yeah, we had a couple of guesses.
Okay, all right.
Salamander Cinco guessed Kermit the Frog.
Okay.
And hold on, bear with me.
We might be able to move right past this and just get into Stump the Band, actually. So, Louis, throwing you a bit of curveball here, but only because I know you can take it. Steve and Kathy, and this is a little insider here, because usually the person calling in does not know me personally, nor do they know the guest personally, but here, sort of a celebration of the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, most northwest state. We all know each other, and you are all very welcome at the kitchen table here in the northwest corner, no matter where you're tuning in from. Come visit us sometime. You'll get to meet all these characters. But right now we introduce you to Steve and Kathy. If you ordered some merchandise from the Jamboree this summer, Steve and Kathy were the people who made that happen for you. And they are going to try to stump Lewis and I. They are pretty familiar with both of our repertoires, which makes them interesting people to stump. Often a guest might be familiar with my repertoire or the guest repertoire, but I'd say Steve and Kathy, for the first time ever, have a pretty good handle on both our repertoires. And Lewis has a question.
Yeah, I have a question. Are we supposed to stump them, or are they stumping us? And I'm not being facetious. I really don't know.
They're going to try to stump us. They get 3 requests.
So they're going to play a song, and we're going to guess what it is?
Well, that'd be a different take. No, they're going to give us the titles of 3 different songs, and we are going to play them if we can.
Oh. Hey, David, how do I make my hand go away?
All right. Steve and Kathy, are you on the line?
Yes, we are.
Here we are.
Hey,
Hi,
all
Steve.
right.
Hi, Kathy.
Hey guys,
Hey,
we missed
Lois.
you. Good to see you.
How are those grandbabies?
Good.
Adorable, busy,
Not
exhausting.
bad.
For those of you that are thinking, gee, Steve and Kathy, who are they? I'd never see them in comment land. They are watchers on the Facebook feed, but they are not actually Facebook users. Is that correct, Steve and Kathy?
We are seldom users, but occasionally users.
But you stand up for a demographic that says somebody can still enjoy Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table even if you're not logged into Facebook. Or do I have the story totally wrong?
Well,
Okay, I have the story wrong on that one. Not the first time, won't be the last. But I'll tell you, we don't. I tell you what, I got the story wrong, and let's move on from there. How you doing, Steve and Kathy?
Yeah. We'd rather be at beer trivia in the beer garden, but you know,
Yeah.
we have to appreciate. We've appreciated you every week, the efforts you're making to keep music happening in our lives.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
we're a little worried that we won't be able to get off the couch with our blankies and beverages and actually go out to see music once it starts out again, but
Well, this is a good segue. So we're scheming for once April and May come along. We're going to be planning outdoor concerts on Sundays. The idea is to bring the kitchen table to various backyards around Bellingham. And so we'll play outdoors. People can invite their neighbors to come and sit spaced out safely in the yards. And so I'm just getting this idea of brewing. So if anybody out there watching thinks, hey, I have a backyard in Bellingham, we can do the kitchen table from our backyard. Start thinking about it now. We'll get you a date. But let's get into the show here, Steve and Kathy. I'm a little scared because you know both of us so well of what you're going to come up with. Have you been working on this?
we have been working on it a bit. I'm going to go first. I happen to know that you received some Joni Mitchell records not too long ago.
Yes.
But here's the song that wasn't on any of them. It's an early song of hers called Urge for Going. Urge for Going.
Great song. And Joni introduces that song as people who live in Canada but need to leave before winter comes. And so we're going to just move right along. I like the research librarians in our brains like a little chance to go back there and dig around in the archives. So let's hear the other requests.
My turn. Going in for the Sweetheart of the Rodeo theme, I picked out a song from that album, 100 Years From Now, the Graham Parsons tune.
Okay, good requests. I got to say, these are great requests. I'm feeling a little concerned here. Hopefully Lewis has both of those in his back pocket.
Oh boy, let's see. What are we going to go with next? We have
Bill Staines is up next.
Do you know Bill Staines? He's got a couple of songs. One you should definitely learn for your little one called Place in the Choir. And the other one is a super sweet song, Loving Nature, called River.
Okay, so what we do now is we say thank you for these deep cut requests. I mean, this is no screwing around here. These are thoughtful, great requests. And we're going to see what Lewis wants to do. If anything, you're not obligated to do anything, Lewis. with his requests. And what a warm vibe. Steve and Kathy, a lot of people don't know, actually live all winter long with no electricity. So you're just seeing right now the glow of their wood fire on them. But other they ran a cable from the neighbors on Sunday evenings. But other than that, they have the smallest footprint in Bellingham. They win that award every year in the Cascadia Weekly, and that's partly because they use no electricity. That's why there's such a warm glow on them from their wood stove. Lewis, how are you doing on Joni Mitchell, Graham Parsons, or Bill Staines? Okay, I'll give you a chance. I'll give you a chance to think it through.
I know none of those songs. Actually, I probably have heard the one off of Sweetheart of the Rodeo, but it's been so long I really can't remember it.
I'm going to do one, and then I'll give you a chance to think if something jogs your memory there, Lewis. And,
What am I supposed to do if I don't know the song?
Fake it till you make it.
Make it?
You can do whatever you want.
All right.
You could do a song that makes you think of Joni Mitchell that was written by Randy Newman. But I'm going to do a Bill Staines song. I'm not. Do we still have? Yeah, we still have one on the line there. Did you request all God's children have a place in the choir?
Yep.
All God's children got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got. It's a simple song to done everywhere. Fox and the fox and the grizzly bear. And the turtle dove. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got. Let's do the chorus again because I know it and you do too. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got. Yeah, great request. And I'm going to do another Bill Staines song that I think I can get through a little bit stronger. Well, as always, we have to say thank you to my dad, Peter Blake. Without him, I would have no chance at all of pulling off this Bill Staines request. And also just so grateful, candle number 3, grateful that it's Super Bowl Sunday, and a year ago, Dad was in the hospital, and he's doing just fine now. And we're not in the hospital this Super Bowl Sunday, so I'm pretty happy about that. Dad taught me the song when I was 5 years old. But the thing is, we always do it together, so there's certain things you learn that you need your parents to do with you, and you're not sure if you can do it by yourself. Let's see. Old Penn was a friend of mine. He used to sit down by the square. He was kind of a local monument. You'd always find him there. He never caused anybody no trouble. Town folks just passed him by. Sometimes you hear him laughing to himself. Sometimes you hear him crying. Well, us kids used to go to him, used to listen to his songs. Some of them were happy, some were just plain long. Used to pick him out on an old guitar that he won once when he was at sea. And I still remember all the words old Penn spoke to me. He said, "Son, what you do? Don't you go tell no lies that get you in deep trouble. Follow you like flies. Said, son, watch where you're walking. Don't be afraid to lose. Put your memories in your traveling bag and miles upon your shoes. Now the miles will teach you about the people and the differences in their ways. But don't walk too fast on down the road that you forget about the summer days. Don't walk too fast and don't walk too slow. Don't ever forget your name. Don't ever look at a man when you see him down, boy. Someday you may play his game." He said, "Son, listen to me. Don't you go tell no lies. Get you in deep trouble. Follow you like flies." Said, "Son, watch where you're walking. Don't be afraid to lose. Put your memories in your traveling bag and miles upon your shoes. Old Pence place is empty now. I guess he's gone to his reward. But I still remember all the songs he sang, even know the chords. As I sit here on this roadside, on the way to where I choose, it's got memories in my traveling bag and miles on my shoes. He said, son, listen to me. Don't you go tell no lies. Get you in deep trouble. Follow you like flies. Said, son, watch where you're walking. Don't be afraid to lose. Put your memories in your traveling bag and miles upon your shoes. Put your memories in your traveling bag and miles upon your shoes. Put your memories in your traveling bag and miles upon your shoes. Thanks to Steve. Thanks to Kathy for that great request. Thanks to my father for teaching me how to play that song when I was very, very young. And I think Lewis has something to add to this Stump the Band. Let's see what's on his mind.
I think I'm getting the hang of this thing now. I get it. This is how I'm going to get myself out of it, though. I'm going to play a song by Gentleman Jim Reeves, an old country song. But the version I learned it from was from a Ry Cooder record. And I think there's a pretty good chance that Ry Cooder not only knew and possibly worked with Joni Mitchell and the Byrds. Was?
Yeah,
right?
That's it. You can't stump Louis Ledford.
Am I on to this now?
Yeah.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone.
Oh, great song.
And we'll pretend that we're together all alone. I'll tell the man to turn his jukebox way down low. And you can tell your friend there with you, he'll have to go. Listen to me, darling, do you love me true? Or is he holding you the way I used to do? My love is blind, I don't mind, I just got to know. Should I hang up or will you tell him he'll have to go? You can't say the words I long to hear when you're with another man. Do you love me, yes or no? Either way I'll understand. So put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone, and we'll pretend we are together all alone. Tell the man to turn his jukebox way down low. And you can tell your friend there with you, he'll have to go. You can tell your friend there with you, he'll have to go.
Love that song. Love that
Yeah.
song. Love the perspective. The strength of the narrator of that piece is just outrageous.
Isn't that a great song? I changed a few of the words because, you know, those songs from the, you know, 20th century can be a little hard on the ears in the 21st century. But the idea of that song is really great, you know, in the bar, in the phone booth. I guess
Wow.
nowadays you're there with the thing, but I
Yeah.
just, it's a good one. The Ry Cooder one is great because Flaco Jimenez, the accordion player, the Tejano accordion player,
yeah.
plays a wicked accordion on that. So although I love the Birds and Stains and Joni, of course, Ry, he played with all of them.
Love it. Well, I think because we're having such a good time with Steve and Kathy, and they put us on the spot here, we're going to put them on the spot for one more request. We have the moment. Was there a runner up to your top 3 requests, or do we still have them on the line?
Yeah. We came up with one more.
Oh, that didn't take you long.
In my life, a Lennon and McCartney tune.
Oh,
Which one?
In my life.
No places. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Judy Collins made a go at it.
go for
Boy,
it.
I don't know
Liz.
the word. You know, oh God. Places I remember on my life. Some have changed. I don't know. Maybe I could do it a cappella.
Do a little acapella.
There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments. With lovers and friends I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I love you all.
Yeah, beautiful.
And of all these friends.
Thank you.
I think of love as something new. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Kathy. Great requests.
Hey, thank you.
welcome.
Appreciate
Bye,
it
guys.
every week.
See you next week.
See you next week. Happy Sunday. It's going to get a little chilly here in the most northwest corner, the most northwest state. And then it's going to be spring around the corner. For those of you who don't live here and don't know, spring starts around the 24th of January and lasts until the 5th of July. So it's a very long, slow spring around here. Lou, do you have one more? Or should I wrap this up?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'll just hang around and watch you unless you really want me to do something.
I'll wrap this thing up.
Oh, can I do this before I leave?
Yeah. Patreon, nice.
Trying to make a living, folks.
Parents getting old. Parents getting ill. Don't have any kids. I wonder if I will. If I had a second life, I might do things differently. I love the life I have. I love to see what I can see. Freedom of the Lord. The night. Okay. I'm not 22. I live like I am. No job, no wife, no house. Kiss away the girlfriend. All could change so fast, and maybe it will. I'm trying to keep a distance. Trying to get my fill. freedom of the lonely night. Okay, 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 okay. Freedom of the lonely night. Okay, okay. Though I try to walk in peace, I've broken few hearts. There was one I shattered, believing greatness comes from the mind, and I'm just trying to be good. Anything goes when I'm good and gone. I think I know what's happening. I love it when I'm wrong. Whispers in my ear, home bells chime. Mother's voice at sundown. I know it's time. The freedom of love. Night, okay, 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 okay. Freedom of the lonely night, okay, okay. Well, we've come to the end of the show once again. So I do want to remind everybody that in 1876, William Belknap, after he handed in his resignation, he was the Secretary of War. After he handed in his resignation, he was impeached in the House, and they had a trial for him in the Senate. All to say, there's been a precedent. There's a precedent for this happening before. This time it's the president. It's the present former president. The present former president who was impeached in the House while he was president, and he couldn't go to trial in the Senate while he was president, but the leader of the Senate at the time refused to do so. So what's happening now? Ha ha ho. There is a precedent to hold an impeachment trial in the Senate after somebody's no longer in the position from which they're being impeached. Wanted to check in on that. That's right. What else we got to check in on? That's right. We're dreaming about the spring. We're dreaming about the spring. We're dreaming about on Sundays being in different backyards around the northwest corner of this most northwest city, most northwest state. Hey, we'll go to all corners of the most northwest city, the most northwest state. We may even go to some cities that are not too far away. So if you have a backyard, an internet signal, we may be coming your way to be broadcasting the kitchen table live from your backyard on a Sunday when the weather is warmer. When the weather is warmer, when the weather is warmer, we'll be coming your way. Next week, I know some people out there are thinking, geez, I tuned into this Robert Sarazin Blake performance, but there were not a lot of Robert Sarazin Blake songs. What's up with that? Well, worry not. Next week, the 14th of February, St. Valentine's Day. Our special guests are the Best Intentions. That's Pete and Annie from Hot Damn Scandal. Be sure to check out the Hot Damn Scandal records, but most importantly, go check out the new, very new Best Intentions record. For my part, I realize it's been 20 years since I released my record called A Crowd of Drunken Lovers. I'm going to be playing all songs from A Crowd of Drunken Lovers. I'm not sure if I'll play all the songs. I'm going to try to play all the songs, but I'll play all songs from A Crowd of Drunken Lovers. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll play some others as well. We'll definitely be playing songs from A Crowd of Drunken Lovers next week. Thanks to Ledford for being on the show. Thanks to Kathy and Steve for stumping the band. They tried to stump the band. They may have stumped the band. We'll leave that up to you. So glad to have you all with us. Thanks to David Penderlocker for making the whole thing happen over there. Such a fine Balleron player. And he also knows how to connect all the wires, the ones and the zeros. The wires, the ones and the zeros. Stretching our kitchen table all the way from Bellingham to Mullingar to Guelph, Ontario, places in between and far beyond. From Bellingham to Mullingar to Guelph, Ontario, to places far between and beyond. We always leave you this one here from our buddy Hank in Cork City. It's great to see you, because we thought you were dead. Come back to life, to get out of your bed. It's great to see you. Was that your ghost? We thought you were gone, burnt toast. It's great to see you. It's great to see you. Whisper nothing, sing softly on your ear. Try not to cut your moment that's here. Shadow it might be, feeling's clear. I couldn't ask for anything more. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. It's great to see you. Are you gonna stay? You're here for the long night. Are you leaving at the break of day? It's great to see you. Yeah, it's true. It's great to see you. It's great to be near you. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. See you next Sunday.